What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK. Try to be reductively the darkest man around, and I'm here with External Flash and OG Dugan. Say hi to the people, man.
You first.
What up, boys and girls? It's OG in the house today.
I'm your daddy too. What's going on, people? Yo. That's all I want to say. You know, got that short ass intro.
But anyway, guys, we'll be talking about basically the Unity chain and how broken it is, and basically how we feel that it can link into Unity Ultimates, whatever. So, Dugan, I know you had a lot to say about Unity chain, so you go.
Oh, dude. I mean, I think Unity changed, like, I don't know. I don't want to say they break the game, but they break the game. They're pretty annoying. Like, when you get up to the higher ranks in Burn and Blood, so you have to use Unity chains. It's a part of the game. You have to have characters that chain well between each other. Like, you know, when you go into Luffy and then you'll want to, like, try to get off the bazooka so you can chain into Frankie so you can Kudavan him. Or, you know, when you rob Lucci Tempest Kick so you can chain into this, that, or the third. And it does way too much damage. That's the biggest issue. Is just the initial switch and then the combo that can follow. Like, you don't even really need to know any actual combos to actually completely wipe out someone's health gauge, like, if you have any, like, support buffs. So, it's pretty messed up. I could, like, talk for a while on it, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and say something, Blick, real quick.
Okay, so my standpoint on this is the fact that when it comes to this as a whole, you can't stop it from happening. Once someone's knocked you away, especially with a bazooka, because if you guys play Burn and Blood, you guys know if someone whips out a bazooka out of nowhere, they can Unity chain you or, like, put you in a combo or just get you locked in something that can do a lot of damage. What I feel that they should do is they should take that shit out, like, completely erase it, because we don't need it. Or if they're gonna keep it in, kind of refine it in a way that actually doesn't make it so broken and OP in terms of what happens within the game. But what I feel like they should do, instead of using the gauge to do that, they should just make it a team ultimate, or like they did in Naruto. Or if the characters don't link in together or don't tie it together or have any, like, relevance to each other, they should just do a couple of combos together. Then the main guy that's actually in at that moment in time should finish off with the ultimate. But Flash, what's your thoughts on Unity chain?
Well, listen, you coons already said just about everything. And me just being the generic country folk I am, I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck do I say? So I don't know. I'll just give my thoughts. I think it's broken as shit, and I think it's Spike. If you're watching this, you need to take this shit out of your game, or else if you do a second one, it's still gonna be garbage. I mean that's a big thing. Low key, I love Burn and Blood. Everybody knows I love Burn and Blood, but the Unity chain pisses me off like no other, bro. Like, you can't do anything. Like, if they added, like, even if they add, like, a small chance of being able to get out of it, at least then you could have, you know, a chance to get out of it, right? Like, but you literally can't do anything. I personally don't care what they do to it as long as they change it. I don't really want a team ultimate system instead of Unity chain. I'd rather them just remove it. If they're gonna do team ultimates, I'd rather them just, instead of, like, they just replace your normal character ultimate. Like, I don't want it to be like replace the Unity chain. Unity chain's just broken. You already said everything else, so fuck you guys. But I mean, it's stupid.
But I actually see where you're coming from in terms of, like, you don't want it to replace it. But the only reason why I suggested that is due to the fact that they both take out a lot of the gauge. Like, what I feel they were trying to do is, like, they're trying to give it a sense that you can actually chain combos with your team. But the way it works is so one-sided. Like, you can just do a random bazooka out of nowhere, and that nigga right there will be stuck in it and won't be able to do anything until the thing's done. Like, especially if you chain with, like, someone like Sabo, like with the fire fist shit, and then tag someone else in, it can actually do a lot of damage. And then if you have attack buffs on that shit, you're gonna be spreading them cheeks left, right, and center. So, Dugan, you got anything more to add?
Yeah, definitely. Unity chain, I feel like it was kind of in there to be as you can either go with the ultimate, which can be really hard to get off if the person like really knows what they're doing, you know, or you have to strafe around them. You gotta try to be sneaky with it, or like try to get off, you know, 1 or 2 hits and then like mash R3 is basically how I try to get it off. So you can basically do that, or you can Unity Chain. And the Unity Chain just it's way easier, it has way more potential. It's just, overall, it's like, why would you not go with the Unity Chain? It's so overpowered.
I like the Unity Chain.
Yeah, I mean, like, wait, you just said it was broken.
Wait, oh no, not the Unity Chain. Wait a minute, what's the other one?
Unity Clash?
Yeah, Unity Clash.
Yeah, you're
my
thinking
life.
about
Unity Clash is lit.
Yeah,
I
Unity
like
Clash
that.
is awesome. And I was thinking about
because they have a chance of getting out of it.
Yeah.
I just brain farted because the whole time I thought we were talking about. I thought the names were. You know what? Just forget about it. I don't know. Go ahead. I don't know.
So basically, it's like, I don't know. You can Unity Assist, which is like, why would you ever do that? Because you can Unity Clash. Some people will go for it, some people won't. But it's like, saving the bar for Unity Chain is usually always the best option. Because of the amount of variety. I mean, they have tag combos, which are, I don't know, I don't do them too much. They're kind of hard, they're kind of hidden. They don't explain too much on how to do the different tag combos. You can do them between like Jozu and Ace, and you know, between characters that correlate with each other, like the Monster Trio. You can do the tag combos, but it's like those take way more skill. So I think, like, I don't know, they should definitely just come up with a system besides the Unity Chain. Should they do team ultimates? I don't know. I mean, they did that in Raging Blast. You know, Spike did Raging Blast, so he did that in Raging Blast, but you know, it's a completely different system. Can't really compare it too much to that. It's like, how would they get it to work, you know? I don't know, Blick, do you have
Wait, didn't they do them in J-Stars?
Any ideas?
Like, I was just gonna say, didn't they do them in J-Stars? Like, me, I didn't really play that much of J-Stars, but Dugan, I know you played a lot of J-Stars, so how did it like work in J-Stars?
Basically, in J-Stars, well, in that system, they had, it was kind of like, it was a lot like Burn and Blood, where it was one click, like, well, basically, you and your teammate had to click to fill up this gauge, to charge the gauge, so you could activate your ultimate. So it's like, once you get the upper hand on the enemy, like, because one team has a gauge and the other team has a gauge, and you're trying to get the meter to go over, like, to, you know, in your favor. So you and your teammate, both your teammate would have to click R3 to activate the ultimate, and then you and your teammate would share you had 2 ultimates. Sometimes you could use both, sometimes the other person, you know, wouldn't get any. But so that was like a really weird system. Like, I'm not sure how they do with that, but like, there's so many team combinations in One Piece that they could, you know, they could come with literally anything to replace the Unity Chain. We were thinking about how, like, if you could just Unity Clash the Unity Chain, then that could maybe remedy it. But it's like, in that situation, that would really create so many deadlock moments where the burning gauge would never get used in that situation. Because it's like, say you have, you know, you want to Unity Chain this person. Well, and you can't really Unity Chain them if they have a full gauge too, because they'll just Unity Clash and it'll, you know, and then it'll be back to no burning gauge. It's just constant, like, you couldn't really use it. You could try to go for the ultimate, but, you know, ultimates are hard to go for, so more people would actually go for the ultimates. So maybe it would be a good idea, because it'd get people to actually want to activate their ultimate instead of constantly wanting you to chain. And if they want to do something like that, they want just massive combos where they can switch between characters, and they don't have to rely on tag combos, which tag combos are also pretty broken. Have you ever been, like, fucking comboed between Sabo and Buggy? That's something S-rank people love to do.
Yes, I have.
That shit's
it's horrible.
stupid.
It's horrible. You guys can add something. I just talked for a long time.
No, I would, like, the only thing I was gonna say is that, okay, the main issue at the end of this, like, the main issue at the end of everything that we just said is that none of this would happen if the damage was actually fine.
True.
Like, none of this would happen if the damage was actually fine, because let's say, for example, the whole Unity Chain, like, let's say the damage wasn't as OP as it was. Not many people would do it. because it's not giving you like a high damage rate. People do it because it gives you such a high damage rate. And like you said, Dugan, you got to S1 because you had to use BS stuff like the Unity chain.
Yeah.
And especially you have supports that help you do it continuously. It makes it like completely pointless because you're not really working to get your gauge up when you got like a support there that can actually just help you whip it out anytime and any need. Like, there's some stuff that they have to tweak and change when it comes to this game, but yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say.
Just remove the chain and keep the clash. That's
and
all.
buff Awakening.
Buff them.
Huh? What?
Hello?
What?
Hello?
I don't know. I feel like they're good.
Day?
I don't know. Some of them are really good, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like Sabo and Ace are so overused that Awakenings are useless. It's like they're good against most characters, but it's like, I don't know. I guess make the game balanced so not everyone uses the same shit. That's the biggest problem. Is every lobby's gonna have a Luffy or a Sabo. That's
all
one
I'm
of the
saying.
biggest issues with the game.
I know this isn't on topic of what we're talking about, but in Burning Blood, this is what pisses me off. It's the freaking combo you do with Law that knocks you up in the air. You do Room, and then you do Gamma Knife. That shit pisses me off. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, that's hard to pull off. Like with the any like type of input delay, like with the lag, that shit is hard to do.
Dude, I've seen someone do that, do the Gamma Knife into a freaking Unity chain.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why is that possible?
Okay. So anyway, guys, check out these guys' channels. Link will be in description below. I highly recommend it. And yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please leave a like, rating, and enjoy this video. And yeah, catch you next one, guys. Bye.